50,000, and I reckon very few of them don't know this event's on. It's on buses and posters all around the city. So let's go back inside as we approach our third match of the day on court one. It is a women's singles last 16 between Han Yue of China and Michelle Lee of Canada. And this again, rather like that last match, our mixed doubles, is a difficult one to try and get a handle on. Michelle Lee is ranked much higher than her opponent, but maybe not in the best form of her life at the moment. We'll see how it turns out. Lee is the 10th seed. Officials are on court. Here's the draw. What a match that is at the top, that quarter-final. Tai Tzu Ying, PV Sindhu. We're concentrating on the other quadrant. So either He Bingjiao or Mia Blichfeld await the winner of our upcoming last 16 women's singles.
Good luck.
3-1 on the head-to-head in favour of Michelle Lee.
Red. Red. You see. This side? Okay.
So Han Yue, 22 years of age, ranked at 30 in the world. She has been as high as 12. That was back in April of 2019. She's lost the last 3 against Michelle Lee. In fact, the only victory she's had was the first meeting in the Australian Open back in 2016. Best result probably was winning the Syed Modi in 2018, that's the Super 300. She was due to play Carolina Marin in the second round, but obviously that was a walkover. Came through against the Vietnamese in the first round. And a former World Championship silver medalist too. And on the other side of the net, 30-year-old Michelle Lee, ranked 11 in the world, seeded 10 here. And in fact, two of her 3 victories over Han Yue came in Macau Open finals 2018 and 2019. Born in Hong Kong, lives in Ontario in Canada. She's a 3-time Pan Am Games champion, 3-time Canadian Open winner, and the Commonwealth Games champion of 2014 as well.
Ready to play.
One of the other imponderables, of course, is that the Chinese just didn't travel hardly at all during the pandemic. So this year, Han Yue has only played 3 matches compared to Michelle Lee's 19. Sean Sukdeo from Trinidad and Tobago is the chair umpire. They'll be supported by Christian Johansson of Denmark, the service judge.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Michelle Lee, Canada. On my left, Han Yue, China. Michelle Lee to serve. Love all. Play.
So here we go, this women's singles, and I think this is going to be a very tricky match to try and forecast.
So
Early error of judgment from
love.
Lee, as that drops well inside the back line. That's a nice touch from the Canadian.
Service over. 1-all.
It's always a great touch, Michelle Lee. A great time to come back to form at the World Championships. That's good.
Service over. 2-3.
Kept the concentration well there, Henue. That shuttle just spiralled into the air off the top of the net.
Service over. 4-2. Service over. 3-4. Service over. 5-3.
Well, tried to be a bit more direct.
6.
Henue. I think maybe comes to the conclusion if she gets involved in long kind of clearing rallies with Michelle Lee, she's liable to come off second best. Trying to mix it up a little bit, which is admirable thinking. Well, I think she knew before she even swung at that she should have left it initially, or at least, you know, should have just played the shot. Look at this, indecision. This is the kind of indecision that just kills you. It's the old adage, if in doubt, play it. It's going to drift wide.
5-6. 5, 6, play.
Match being punctuated at the moment by unforced errors from both players. 6-all is probably a fair reflection of what we've seen so far. Oh, that's much better though. It was a delicious angle that Lee found.
7, 6. Service over. 7.
See, there might be just a little bit of ring rust in Han Yue's game. So little competitive play over the last couple of years.
Service over. 8, 7.
Well, I was about to say that was a really well constructed
9,
rally
7.
by Han Yue, but she ends up with the error, having looked in control of the point for the most part. So a little
7.
bit of breathing space now on the scoreboard for Michelle Lee. She has probably been the more proactive of the two in the early stages of this match. Oh, delicious again. So a 4-point lead
7,
at the interval for the Canadian. And Han Yue with a few problems to solve.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Eleven, 7, play.
Got that all wrong. Just see
Silver,
her body shape.
8, 11.
Was aiming that way wide of the sideline. Oh, beautifully done.
So it's over.
Played a few of those
12,
this
8.
morning. All Han Yue could do was watch and admire. At the moment, the vast majority of the errors are coming from the Chinese player. Again, skewed it too long. Well, that's excellent play. Just floated that beyond the reach of Han Yue and starting to pull away now on the scoreboard. Michelle Lee.
Service over. 9-15.
Yeah, again, I think Lee, for a moment, was considering leaving that.
15.
And it was kind of a bit of a token gesture. Although she got it back over the net, it was easily put away by her opponent. She keeps landing that, and with remarkable consistency.
16.
Just absolutely peppered that sideline. It's a very effective tactic. She draws Han Yue in. The Chinese is then in mid-court, and then she finds that angle across her, which gives her no chance. Went for it again.
Service over. 11-16. Service over. 17-11.
Took her a little while to get into the ascendancy in this match, Michelle Lee, but she's just giving Han Yue a little bit of a working over at the moment.
Service over. 12-17. 13-17.
Han Yue, though, is a good enough player that if Lee's concentration levels start to drop, can take advantage of it. A couple of loose ones in a row from the Canadian.
17.
And another error, this time in terms of judgment.
17.
And all of a sudden, having looked in a dominant position, it's got tight again in this opening game. That's wide though. And she had a lot of margin for error there. Didn't have to hit the line with that, because there's no way that Lee could have got across. Look at this again. That was the shot that set it up. I mean, Lee's not getting anywhere near that. That was an opportunity missed. That again was a very hesitant shot from Michelle
Server
Lee.
16-18.
才尾再打，才尾再打，扎实一点。
17-18.
Well, she's back to hitting that shot. That has been her shot in this game that has really hurt Han Yue.
17.
And that was a pretty apt time to produce it again. Right across the Chinese, and bang on the line. She's rather crawling towards the finish line though than sprinting in its direction. Oh, that is as good an angle as you'll see
So the silver
from Han Yue.
18-19.
Smile of resignation. She knows that was top class from her opponent. Still right in the melting pot this opening game. That was a miscue, that was nowhere near the middle of the racket. So 19 all. In a topsy-turvy opening game, really. Michelle Lee had a very handy lead at one point. It's gradually been whittled away to nothing. Once again, she fails to correctly judge the trajectory, and it's a game point for Han Yue of China. Gets it, and Michelle Lee will be absolutely sick about that, because she had the game not exactly in the palm of her hand, but she was controlling it and then just went to pieces, really. in the latter stages. 21-19 in Han Yui's favour. 19 minutes. First blood to the Chinese.
我觉得你还是你有你的特点，你有你的技术往前啊，包括后场，对不对？你后半局打得好是什么？就是我放开做好我自己，对不对？所以我们现在不考虑他，我们先把自己所有的东西打出来，然后他的耐心和多开，真的，他现在你看后面只要超过10分你得分啊，所以相信这一点，自信起来跟他跑，自己的威胁，哎，你的这些技术，我们中国队的技术，对不对？肯定是最好的啊，相信自己啊，加油！
Thank you, Rangers. Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Well, both were in back early, keen to continue this battle. I have to say, an unlikely winner of that first game because Lee was bossing it and then just completely
Second game.
lost the focus.
Love all. Play.
So she needs a fight back here. Han Yui serving.
Service over. 1, love. Two, love.
Wore her down really in that point.
1, 2. All.
Pretty nonchalant in everything she does, Han Yui. Never see too much emotion from her, apart from the odd fist pump. When she wins a point, I want to know what's going on inside her head. Michelle Lee much more heart on sleeve. It's going to go long. Oh no. Well, it was given us in, but immediately her head was up to a challenge from Lee. So over to Hawkeye for the definitive verdict. Looked out, and it was out.
Correction. out. Service over. 3, 2, play.
About the perfect point that, from Lee's point of view. Really gave Hanway the run around. Well, we saw any number of misjudgments in the first game from Lee, and that was Hanway showing that maybe hasn't got a monopoly on errors like that. He's in by a long, long way. Hand of apology. It's that net cord made it impossible for Lee to bring it back.
5.
She's okay. She kind of got back up in stages there. Michelle Lee, if you think it's tough getting back up at 30, well, wait till you're in your 60s.
5. Play.
3-5 it is, though. That was a big point for Hanway to win. Well, she's going to challenge that. It was a latest decision from Hanway to let that go. I personally think it's a good one, but we'll see what Hawkeye says. Looked to me to just missed the sideline. She had plenty of time to think about it, yeah.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. 4, 5. Play.
In and immediately challenged. Terrific rally that.
Challenges.
Lee was asking most of the questions during it until a terrific little drop shot from Hanway, which Lee actually did brilliantly to get to, but has she steered it onto the line or wide of it? It was called in, a very quick arm in the air from Hanway, so we can probably assume this is close, and it is out.
Correction, out. 5 all. Play. Six, 5. Service over. 6 all.
Well, suddenly we've got a disco going on. I think we've told the DJ just to hold it off for a while. 6 all here, and just wide with that attempt at the subtle angle.
7-6.
Yeah, nicely angled across Hang Yue.
8-6.
Still think if Lee just starts to cut out the unforced errors, I think she potentially has all the attributes to get back into this match and potentially win it. But there were so many gifts to Han Yue in that opening game. She certainly played more winners than the Chinese. Well, it was called out, a little bit of change of mind by the line judge actually. Initially signalled out, then he changed his mind and he went back to out again. So not surprising that it's been a challenge, but it was clearly long.
Challenge unsuccessful. No challenge remaining. Service over. 7-8. Play.
So Lee out of challenges in this second game.
Service over. 9-7. Service over. 8-9. Let's play. Service over. 10-8.
Yeah, nicely played. And she's got a 3-point lead here. And this second game following a dissimilar pattern to the first. See whether Lee can hang on to the lead this time.
跟着，你也不用说一直要去赶他。他有时候压快的时候，你突然再压快回去就好。你看他加速，你突然加速回去。如果真的不行，就是慢下来跟，然后有机会突然去加速，然后他一定会被动。他被动的时候，你再去抓出来。对，照这样打就好。然后后面在打的时候，他推你对角，为什么你要去拼对角？是他在直线或是拉高直线的时候才去打对角。他每次一打直线位置的时候，对角会动。但是如果他对角打完 欢，
20 seconds.
他人
Thank
都
you, coach.
他都喜欢留在原本的地方。
11-8. Play.
Well, now she's firing again.
12-8.
Becoming clear,
13-8.
Michelle Lee has far more sting to her shots than Han Yue. Hardly seen any clean winners from the Chinese. Plenty from this woman. She's got subtlety as well, and she finds the angles. But at the back of her mind, maybe, be thinking, well, I had this kind of control in the first game and let it go. I wouldn't have escaped Han Yue's attention either.
So the silver, 9-13.
Well, no one saw that
10,
coming, especially
13.
not Michelle Lee. What a wonderful piece of deception that was from Han Yue. But still finds herself 3 points down and big second favourite in the second game. Don't say those
11,
errors of judgment
13.
are going to come back to haunt Michelle Lee again. That's exactly what happened in the first game. That was way in. That really was a colossal error of judgment. Well, the fight back's clearly on again.
13.
Hit the line. Thought about a challenge, but she hasn't got any left.
13.
That's the problem. If you use them a touch frivolously, you live to regret it. I think this actually did hit the line, but yeah, that wouldn't have been overturned. You saw Lee about to put her arm in the air and then realised that I'm out of challenges. That's definitely wide. And all of a sudden, the tide's starting to turn
13.
again. Potentially a mental frailty there, psychological issue for Lee, what happened in the first game? Playing on a mind. Oh, that was a very hesitant shot.
15,
That was
13.
tentative in the extreme. Almost wanted to put it there rather than commit fully to the shot. Oh, that is absolutely stunning shot. And amid some of these unforced errors, well, he's still producing moments of brilliance like that.
$14-15. Play.
Oh, that's an angle and a half. That is an absolute dagger to the heart of Michel Lee, that shot. Turn of the wrist, that was perfect.
So the silver, 15-16.
Well, went for way too much there.
So the silver,
And missed it. And it wouldn't have been in doubles, I don't think. Opportunity squandered by Hanue this time.
17.
It's become a bit of a war of attrition, this. Eventually,
17
Hanue to give best there to the just a welter of little drop shots that Michel Lee was teasing her with, and we're locked together at 17 all. Frustration on Lee's face as she smashed that halfway up the net. Clenched fist of the Chinese tells you she's just a couple of points from the quarterfinals. Oh, that was as good a shot as she's played in a match.
19.
And what a time to produce it.
Thank you, line judge. Line judge. Thank you.
So Lee really making Hanway work if she wants to close out this match in the second game.
18,
Pretty
19.
tense out there.
Play.
And now it's
19.
it's a
all.
shootout, 19 all. Lee's produced a couple of excellent shots just when she needed them most. It seemed to me as though prior to that Hanway was kind of happy to stay in the rallies, knowing that potentially there'd be an error coming at some point. But what does she do now? Stick or twist, 19 all. That is as delicate as it gets, and it brings Hanway a match
20,
point.
Match point 19. Thank you, line judge. Twenty, 19. Play.
And that'll work. 21-19 in the second game, and a really hard-fought victory for Hanway. Michelle Lee, though, I think will be very, very disappointed
Match
after
won by
that,
Hanway, 21-19.
because she
21,
certainly played more winners than her opponent. She had a great chance in both games. She was ahead in both games, and on both occasions Hanway came back at her and proved stronger over the latter stages. So the 22-year-old Chinese makes it through to the quarterfinals at the expense of a disappointed Michelle Lee. Very magnanimous at the end, but I think when she reflects back on it, she'll know that it was a chance that really should have been taken. 21-19, 29-19, 49 minutes on court for that women's singles. Well, the men are going to take centre stage. When we come back, it's the doubles, and we'll see the number 5 seeds, Hoki and Kobayashi, against the Scottish twins, Chris and Matthew Grimley. Welcome back to Welver, the World Championships. First held back in 1977. They've been an annual event since 2006. You've actually been to Spain a couple of times before for this championship. Seville in 2001 and then Madrid 5 years later. So it's Welver's turn to host